What's up? What's up? What's up? We back, baby. We live. I'm fresh out the dentist. Ready to be a menace. What it do? It's your boy. One time for the live. What's good, baby? One time for the live. I say one time for the live. I don't know. I'm just trying all that new stuff. What's up, y'all? What's going on? I'm John Browner. This is the John Browner Podcast. As you can see, the merch has finally arrived at your boy crib, so I got it on. The John Browner Podcast is live and well. If you want to be a part of the show, it's very simple. All you need to do is email me at the johnbrownerpodcast@gmail.com. We've gotten this thing rolling, so we're going to start getting some guests in this building so we can really start getting some outside opinions and some voices in here. Continue to have some fun. Coach has been gracious enough to give us his soccer breakdown. We're going to have a friend of mine come on later this week to talk about the NBA. So we got a lot coming up for y'all. I really do. I'm working on bringing the show bigger and better. And because of that, I want to give an early shout out to the people at the Sporting Tribune for making me their newest addition. Shout out to them. You're seeing this right now via on their X page. I do a nightly show with them from time to time, talking about recapping the night in sports. So shout out to Arash Merkazi and all the good people over at the Sporting Tribune. That thing's going great. I'm having a great time talking about these games right after they happen. So check them out. Give them a follow. Like, share on their page. But and also, while you here, baby, we marching to the big three. Not LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, but the big 300. The big 300. I'm marching to 300. I'm getting closer and closer every day. So thank everybody who have subscribed to the show on YouTube. Thank all of the people who have retweeted this podcast. I appreciate y'all for helping me grow the show. I really do. It's been a fantastic journey so far. And after everything that happened, to just see people responding to me and being a part of the show has been great. So thank you guys. I couldn't be happier with the response that we're getting and the way things are going. I have a picture that I forgot to download. So give me a second, because I just saw JD, and because I just saw JD, I have to download this picture because something happened last night after the Padres game that I want people to see that I thought was utterly hilarious. He was gracious enough to send me the picture, and so I'm going to share this with y'all at some point during the show. I'm not going to start off with it because something bigger happened last night. And so that is what I want to start the show with. Understand something. Understand something when I say this. Hopefully I can get the picture to show up. I'm already seeing some issues with it. Not that. This. Let's talk about last night. We're going to talk about the Padre. We're going to talk about the Padre game. There'll be 3 more of those. It's a regular season game. We'll talk about how big that game is and what it actually meant. But let's start here. What in the Wemby, bruh? What in the Wemby? I got to honestly tell y'all, what I saw last night, I only saw, I mean, I've seen this 2 other times. And one time I don't 100% recall. I've only seen it in replays. Last night, what you saw from Victor Wembanyama against the Oklahoma City Thunder, the night they awarded the MVP to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and then he ended up watching at the end of overtime from the bench as they tried to stop Wemby because his defense, is so great. He should be MVP. Turned out and gave you 40 points, 40-plus points, 20-plus rebounds. There's only been one other person to do that. Wilt. When you start saying Wilt and whomever, when you start saying Wilt and then someone else, that someone else is breaking ground that we haven't seen in decades. Okay? And this is after Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing. You name the great center. Nikola Jokic, you name the great centers. His first Western Conference Finals game, 40-20. Not to mention all the shots he changed, not to mention some of the blocks he had at the end of the game, not to mention his defensive presence on the floor, not to mention when it was time to just get buckets, he said, okay, I've been playing with Alex Caruso too much. He actually think he can guard me. I'm going to get as close as I can to the basket. You throw it up. I'm going to dunk the ball. Like, what you saw last night from Victor Wembanyama really felt like, to me, the peak of what basketball is supposed to look like. What we saw from Victor Wembanyama last night, the shot making, the shot. Let me show you one of these shots, because he made so many shots. One shot stood out more than all the other shots, and it's not the shots you think, or maybe it is the shots you think. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, I gotta find it. I'll find it. But he pulls up from Steph Curry range, ironically, from a place where Steph Curry shot the ball 10 years ago. 3, drainage from a 7'4" guy. So I want y'all to understand, and if I sound a little weird, the words coming out of my mouth, I said the dentist yesterday had 3 teeth taken out. It's been a rough 24. But I'm here to just tell y'all what I saw last night. It felt like something monumental. It felt like, if you remember, if you've been around basketball long enough, for the older audience, when Michael Jordan scored 63 points against the Boston Celtics in the Garden, on the road, between the legs, playing with Bird. Y'all remember that. They lost that game. But the game was so unbelievable. They still talk about 63 in the Garden today. Nobody knows who won the game. If you ask people who won the game when Jordan scored 63 in the Garden, they'll go, the Bulls did. Or Jordan. They won't say the Bulls. Jordan did. They lost that game, dog. They lost that game. But it was so monumental. It was such a steel hammer coming down to the league like, yo, my turn. I've seen that before. That was the first time I had seen it and heard about it. The next time I saw it, when LeBron James scored 25 straight points against the Pistons in the Game 5. 25 straight points. There was nothing anyone could do when he scored 25 straight points. LeBron, the Detroit Pistons were a title contender. I'm talking about the Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace Pistons. LeBron James, with addition of 2 overtimes, scored 25 straight points. 25 straight. At that point, against that team, LeBron took the gavel, bang. My turn. I am here now. He won that game. Last night, I truly believe this. I don't know what's going to happen in this series. I really don't. Because, again, Jordan lost against the Celtics. Bron ended up winning against the Pistons. By the way, that ended the Pistons. This is the second time a great player ended the Pistons. Michael Jordan ended the Isaiah Thomas Pistons, and LeBron ended the Detroit basketball Pistons. I don't think Wemby's ending the Thunder. But what I can tell you is Wemby took the gavel and went, whop, my turn. Whop, my turn. And there's no other way to explain what you saw. They don't have an answer. If you're a head coach on the Thunder staff, what do you say to your team in the shoot around? What do you say to your team at film about this guy? Okay, guys, this is what's going to happen. Shea didn't play well. Okay. I don't think he's going to play well. Carter Bryant off the bench. Stephon Castle starting the game. Dylan Harper during the game. Keldon Johnson during the game. Their defense against SGA works because you have Victor Wembanyama guarding the basket. So the mid-range, you can't get super close. So now that threat is gone. They know he's not a three-point shooter. So they know he wants to drive into a specific space at the basket, and they're telling people, The Spurs are drilling into their players. Do not jump for the pump fake. They did twice last night. Keldon Johnson did, Carter Bryant did, and he made all 3 of the 4 free throws. They're being coached. The Spurs are running. Mitch Johnson is running the same plan that the Lakers ran. They're doubling him to get the ball out of his hands, and when he actually gets to going, they've got a defensive answer, unlike the Lakers. They got 2 defensive answers. They got Victor Wembanyama, the greatest defensive player in a generation guarding the basket, and then you've got a ton of first-round picks, and I'm talking about top first-round picks. Number 2, number 5. By the way, their best 3 players are 20, 21, 22. I don't want to hear about double overtime and then being tired for game 3. Nope. The defense against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will be the same every game. He's going to have to make threes. Alex Caruso is not going to have another career night. And by the way, they let him shoot. He was wide open. But you know what happened at the end of the game? He started missing those wide open threes because that's the gamble you take. That's the gamble that they took. We're going to let Alex Caruso make all these threes. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Make them all. Our gamble is you cannot keep making those. He did. They survived it. Now do it again. Think he can do that again? Because that's the guy they've chosen to leave open. Whoever Wemby's guarding, when Hartenstein is out of the game, when Chet Holmgren's out of the game, whoever he's guarding, that's the person who they're going, I bet you can't make 10 threes. I mean, almost did, and they still won, but they found that Stephon Castle has played SGA better than anybody else across the league. The numbers bear that out. I don't have them for you. Go look them up. The numbers bear that out. The other bodies that they're throwing at him, whether it be via the double team, whether it be off this pick and roll that every team seems to run, that if you have 2 good defenders on the pick and roll, I don't know, why would you bring a equally good defender up so you could be trapped? I don't get that, but all the teams in the league do it, so it's whatever. He cannot get to the basket, and he doesn't particularly shoot threes well at a high clip. So now the space in which Shai's trying to get, he can't get all the way to the rim because Wemby's standing there, and he doesn't shoot threes. So that small space, they know he's going into it. So when he goes to the reverse pivot, when he goes to the up fake and the fade, they know what he's doing. They're 88% of the time, 90% of the time, they're not going for the fake. That's why he struggled last night. It wasn't that he had an off. They made him have an off night. They made him have an off night because that's what great defensive teams do. I know you guys haven't seen that in a while. I know you got used to the Thunder fouling on every play, calling it good defense. I know y'all got used to that. But when you see guys actually playing good defense, moving their feet, physically bodying guys up, that's what it looks like. Shots get missed. Easy shots get missed. He missed a chippy at the end of the game because you know why? Because Wemby was standing there. And then Wemby laughed in his face afterwards after Shai fouled him out of frustration. So I'm telling you, what you saw last night was a guy who is an otherworldly talent, a Michael Jordan, a LeBron James, a Victor Wembanyama, have a moment in front of you on a massive stage, take the gavel and go, bang, my turn. I don't know any other way to put that. I literally don't know any other way to put what I saw last night. Because that was beautiful. That was utterly beautiful, man. It really was. Where's it? Let me see. Hold on. I'm looking for something. Give me a second. Wait a minute. Oh, what? Where is it? All right, I can't find it right now. But it was just beautiful. It was beautiful. It's something you don't see. And I hope you guys took the time to watch it. I really do hope you guys took the time to watch that, man. Because that was beautiful. Let's hit some of these comments. Because I know, listen, this is a sports crowd. This is a real sports crowd. So I know y'all watch this. So I'm going to go through some of these. I'm not going to proofread them. So let's not put nothing crazy up there, okay? I'm not going to proofread these. Again, shout out to the people at the Sporting Tribune for giving your boy an opportunity to meet their fans, to be a part of their fan base and their culture and help add to it. Like, follow, share that thing. And we on the road to 300. So let's continue that march. Let's see some of the comments. All right, I'm going to the top. First in, Tito, what's good, my boy? David P, that's right, 11 days and counting, baby. Let me see, what up? What up, Chris? What else? Let me see what else we got here. Petco was on fire last night. Yeah, bruh. We finna get to that right now. Hey, look, see? Look at this. If you keep telling somebody something, you're consistent, they might respond. Look at Dad. He started his portion of the comment section very nicely. Just I don't even know what that's about. I probably don't want to know. But look at that. See? You can start nice, Dad. You can start nice. Affy, what's good, bro? What's up with what's up with SDFC, bro? Ty? We'll get to that when soccer. We'll get that during soccer time with Coach. We're gonna call segment title. Kicking it with Coach. Anyway, let's keep going. JD sent me a picture last night. I'm working on it right now, so y'all could check it out. This picture looks like it smells. Okay. What up, B Thompson? All right, let's get some of the. Yes. What else we got here? B Thompson, he picked him to win. This is the picture we'll get to. We will get to this, Dad. I promise you we will get to this. David P said he had a Dodger fan next to him losing his mind last night. Let's you know what? Let's fucking go, San Diego. Crystal Davis. Russell Westbrook went 20-20-21 versus the Lakers in 2009, 20-20-20. Not in the playoff game he didn't. And I'm glad you brought this up. Russell Westbrook's 20-20-20 game purely came out of stat chasing. Nothing about last night, and this is the beauty in what Wemby can do. When you watch him, none of it felt like he was trying to do something. It felt like Wemby was doing everything that was necessary. Nobody's getting out of the way so he can get a rebound. He's not holding the ball and only passing it when he knows it's going to result in an assist. Like, again, 20-20-20 is remarkable. Yeah, that's insane. That's utterly insane. But nonetheless, it was a great thing. It was a great thing to see. I saw another comment about C2 says Kareem, KD, Rodman equals Wemby. Dog, you might have to throw you might have to throw a little Steph in there. Well, I guess KD for the shooting. So I guess yeah. The Wemby is the blocks version of this. Kareem controlled the post. KD controlled the mid-range. He could shoot from three, and Rodman got every goddamn rebound that existed. It felt like at times. So yeah, I agree to that. Yes, Crystal Davis. It was a tribute to Nipsey Hussle in the Rolling 60s. We don't like to promote gang culture on here, but that's what it was based on. Shout out to the Tito, fellas, ladies. Podcast shop is open. The John Browner podcast shop is open. Buy something from the boy. Help support the show. Don't be alarmed by the prices of the hoodie. I'm wearing it, and I can promise you it's more comfortable than anything else I've ever sold. No, this is to nobody else. I'm just telling y'all. Hella comfortable. Check it out. The John Browner podcast shop at Shopify. Okay, now, at the end of the show, I want to talk about something that happened yesterday in San Diego that was very unfortunate. But as of right, we'll get to that. But let's talk about this. So last night, the Padres Dodgers game, first game of the season. That thing's always fun, no matter what. And I love to. Oh, okay, that's not there. I had a little video ready for y'all, but it didn't kick up. So I got to tell y'all, nothing I love more And I mean, nothing I love more than when the Dodgers come to Petco. Nothing I love more. Because if they don't sell the tickets, it's loud in there. These Dodger Padres game, and let's talk about this one in particular. You get an unbelievable pitching performance from Michael King, who I didn't know he had that in him, but I consider Michael King more hit and miss. Last night he looked stout. Last night Michael King looked like a number one. Yamamoto pitched his ass off too. Great pitching duel. A 1-0 game usually sucks, but that was a well-pitched game by two guys who were on top of their game last night. Andujar, stole one in the very beginning, put us on the board, and they never gave it up. This is what I've been saying about the Padres bullpen. If you let them get you to the 8th inning and they have the lead, the game's over. Period. I don't care who the other team is. It doesn't matter. Yamamoto yesterday, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, being a home run, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, 107 pitches. Michael King, 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 9 Ks, 100 pitches. And then in comes Jason Adam, gave up a hit, gave up a walk. Here comes Mason Miller. No, they also had, I think it's Kyle Hart they had in. He gave up a hit, 6 pitches. 25 pitches for Jason Adam. And then Mason Miller came in. The Padre bullpen is dominant. It's dominant. And it's bookend by a closer who's about to reach, Mariano Rivera level. Peak Trevor Hoffman level is what you're getting from Mason Miller. When Mason Miller comes on the mound, the game's over, bruh. Mason Miller's like the Dos Equis man. How they say all these things about him, the most interesting man in the world. How he always has all the answers. How he's the coolest guy ever. Like no matter what happens, this guy figures it out. But Mason Miller, when he walked the first 2 guys, were you worried? Because I wasn't. When Mason Miller walked the first 2 dudes, were you worried? I was never worried. I literally was like, okay, he's warming up. He's warming up. That's what I felt like watching Mason Miller. He's warming up. So buckle up. And then here we go. Out, out, out. Out, out, out. This ain't the Diamondbacks. This ain't the Rockies. These are Dodgers. Out, out, out. After walking the first 2 guys. The only question that I have about what we're seeing from the Padres. Do we believe that this win is important to them? Because if it is, that's a problem. When you are a team that is trying to win a World Series, and I think they believe that they are built to win a World Series, I honestly think, if that's their belief, then last night is just a good win. It's not an important win. Now, winning this series would be an important series win because you would walk away from this, I think, probably a game ahead of the Dodgers, maybe a game and a half ahead of the Dodgers if you win the series. But beating them can no longer be that important to you because you've beat them in the regular season and lost to them in the playoffs. You've also lost to them in the regular season and beat them in the playoffs with this roster of the main people constructed still being a part of it. If you're a San Diego Padre fan, last night's win was awesome for you because most of y'all, let me see if I can try this again. Most of y'all, there it is. Okay. Most of y'all had to ride home in a funk, my boy. Hold on, I'm trying to fix this picture. I really want y'all to see this picture. I really want y'all to see this picture. So hold on. Work with me, people. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it up. I don't care how it looks. If I can get it up, I'm going to get this picture up. I got to stop saying get it up. I think this is it. Let me see if it works. Because I want y'all to see this picture. Nope. Oh, come on, man. I'm going to try one more time to get this picture up because I want y'all to see. If not, I'm just going to hold my phone up to the screen. That's how sick this picture is. Nope. Okay. Damn it. I hate it when stuff doesn't work. So, okay. Look at it. Okay. Nope. Cancel. Look at this picture, y'all. Let me see. Nope. Look at this. Look at this picture. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, baby. Ain't no way. Nope. 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 That's JD at the bottom. That's JD at the bottom. Look at this. Look at these savages. Look at this. Let me tell y'all something about this. If you're a Padre fan, that win means way more to you. It means something to you because you have to ride home in that. Look at some of these people's faces. Look at some of these folks' faces, bro. Look at Buddy. I think that's who farted. Look at Buddy. He looked like he done something in that Dodger hat. Look at him. He looked guilty. Hold on, there's some more people in this picture I want to point out. This is why I wish I could have got. He farted. He definitely farted. He looked suspicious. He definitely farted. And there's one more person on here where, Buddy, Dodger hat, I'm sorry, bro. Cheer up. They got 2 more games. Bro. Look at man. Also, there's so much in this picture, JD. There's so much in this picture. He is smelling an armpit. He is. He is genuinely smelling someone's armpit in this picture. JD, a picture's worth 1,000 words and 1,000 smells. This right here, lovely. Good work, JD. Good work. Also, this guy. This is my second favorite guy in the picture. This guy knows you're taking a picture of him. He doesn't care they lost. He got a Tatis jersey at home, too. Just unbelievable. Great picture. Great work, JD. If you guys ever have any pictures or videos of fights, send them to me. This is a different kind of show. We'll show a fight. We'll show a fight. Listen, also, back to the game. That picture's just so, I love that picture. The idea that game means more to the players in uniform for the San Diego Padres, it can't be. It can't be. You've got aspirations. That's just another game to you. You walk off that field with the win, not happy, wondering how can we find a way to put more points on the board? How can we find a way to support Michael King? Yamamoto was great. Yamamoto was absolutely great. We need to find a way to get to him. This is what the clubhouse conversation has to be. Guys have got to go back to the tape. This isn't like, oh, we beat him. Let's get Patty the Batty in the locker room or whatever that guy's name was. You celebrate it. You win something that you're celebrating. You're having fun in the locker room. Nah, man. No, bruh. No. You are the San Diego Padres as an organization, as a front office, as a coaching staff, and as players on the field. You are above that now. That's my opinion. That was cool last night. It was great to hold them scoreless. And they were coming in off of a sweep. So they came in playing well. Padres come in off sweeping the Mariners. And 2 good teams, the 2 teams leading the division, squaring off, and you beat them 1-0 because once Mason Miller comes in, it's over. But outside of that, It's just another game, dog. And that's the way they got to approach it. That's the way I hope they're talking about that. Again, these two teams, when they get together, it is a playoff atmosphere. Their fans can't tell you they don't care about, oh, little brother. Padre fans can't tell you, oh, they don't care about the Dodgers. This is what rivalries are. The energy in that building last night, mwah. And this is a 0-0 game. So the later you get in a 0-0 game, nobody's leading. Oh, it's a 1-0 game. And with the Dodgers' power, Ohtani played well last night. With the Dodgers' power, and we've seen it, these guys can pop one out. Mookie played. Freddie Freeman played. 2 at-bats. But all that money they gave Kyle Tucker, he was out there. Pages, who people thought was a superstar. Remember when people were telling you Pages was better than Jackson Merrill? You guys remember that? That was a real conversation. People were actually doing that. Folks were actually telling you Pages was better than Jackson Merrill. So when you look at it across the board, if you're the Padres, it's just another game. Great, we won it, and we won it against a good team. So it's more than a Rockies win. But that's where it stops. That's where it stops, man. Again, people, guys, we're not going to waste any time talking about whether or not Tatis is hitting home runs. Stop. You're winning games. Yes. Hold on now, JD. This is true because we're fair here. We're not one-sided. We're fair. Pages is having a better season. This is not. It's not that the numbers bear that out. You're 100% telling the truth. But if you had to choose between the two, who you picking? They take Merrill. We got Merrill, so we'll absolutely take Merrill. So I love what I saw last night. I want to see more of it. The more playoff atmosphere, the more close games you can win, the better. And the Padres proved last night that they can win close games against whoever because they've got the best bullpen in baseball, and you have the ultimate Miller time. You have the ultimate closer the second he comes in the game. I think with Mason Miller at this point, something is beginning to happen. When a closer comes in, one of two things happen. Either you know you can hit this guy because you've hit him before, or you're confident because of we're the Dodgers. We think we can hit this guy. Or the closer comes in and you go, damn, how are we going to hit this guy? I think Mason Miller has now hit the how are we going to hit this guy category because he's throwing plus 100 and then he's throwing a slider, which he says is his favorite pitch, which is hilarious to me. But you're now throwing, Mason Miller's throwing sliders that you can't hit and fastballs that you can't hit when they're thrown for strikes. So now that you have that, game's over, bruh. Game's over. So let's see what they do tonight. And an opportunity to bounce back. Let me see. Let me go back one. Hold on. So the Dodgers, they're going to run it back again tonight. On the mound for the Padres, you got Cannon. So this will probably get blowed out. And Sheehan. So I don't like that matchup. Dodgers probably going to get some revenge tonight off Cannon, bro, because he is ass. Let me see. I should get some podcast logo decals. Yeah, so the website I'm using, Stitch Fit, I think it's called. They only have clothing. I have to, fire up something else to get like smaller things, like decals, cups, stickers, things of that nature. But if you wanna help your boy out, let me see if I can get to this. I'm having a lot of problems today. I'm Scott Kaplan this thing today. Nope. If you want to help out the show, purchase a little something, dog. Whoever you are, purchase a little something for your boy. But yeah, last thing I want to talk about on the show today. And this will be short. And it's not going to be long. It's not going to be drawn out. but it's going to be very simple. It's very to the point. What happened yesterday here in Claremont, California was pretty sad. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who don't watch the news, a Muslim temple was attacked yesterday. 3 people were killed. On this site, they have kids. It's a school there. It's a house of worship. As a community, and I don't mean this in any way other than this, we are all in this together. Southern California, America, we're all in this together, bro. We got to stop that kind of shit. I don't care who you are. There's no place for that, dog. There's no place for that. If you know somebody who's struggling in life and have these kind of thoughts, don't let them have these kind of conversations with you. If you know somebody who out here talking and acting like this, rat their ass out, bro. Rat their ass out, bro. I don't care. That's my opinion. If you know somebody who speaks of assaulting people in this fashion, tell on their ass. I'm okay with this kind of snitching. Because this is uncalled for. No parent should have to. And again, I have 5 children. When you send your kids to school, you want them to come home. Yeah, they might have, hurt their leg or, had a bad day, but you want them to come home. And thanks to the security guard who basically, locked the doors and started warning people, and they were able to basically lock these guys out who perpetrated this terrible accident or incident, rather. What are we doing? Then we got to stop waiting for the government to fix the situation. And I tell y'all, this is not a political show. And so I'm not talking about politics. What I'm talking about is us. What I'm talking about is the community. What I'm talking about is the people of San Diego County, the people of Los Angeles County, Oceanside, the Orange County, all the counties. The people wherever you are, you can hear my voice. If you ever at any point in time hear this, you see this. If you see somebody acting like this or talking like this, bro, snitch on their ass. Snitch on their ass, bro. We don't need this kind of violence. We don't need this kind of violence, man. We really don't. We got to be better than this as a country. We got to be better than this as a people. Man to man, shoulder to shoulder. We got to be better than this. We can't have this, man. That's all. Like I said, it wasn't going to take long. I just want to let that be said. Until next time, man, I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. I love y'all. Be safe. And let's get this thing cracking again tomorrow. Peace out.